Howdy, howdy, everybody. Sweet. Livestream is on. Let's just change up the details here. Yep. We got the bing. That means we're live. And let's pop into here. Made by Duck 7258 and Snowing 3324. I should update the template. There we go. And put down. And scrolling right down, the game we're playing is Minecraft, as you know. Yeah, let's get the coding stream, because we are programming. And I just realized I actually forgot to update the subtitles from last time. Well, update the thumbnail. So there we go. And let's add a new tag. This is Ticket to Ride. So the plan today is we're going to be doing some fairly advanced programming. That's basically the plan. So let's load up the world list, pop into here. We could also work on the Redstone mixtape machine. We can work on chess. Got plenty of things to work on. Could also work on just updating the way that the maps look, because right now the maps still have all the cities and train lines everywhere. I'm putting those in manually, just so it wouldn't be as big of a pain. Put your Nirvana. Let's do not even once. There we go. Nice long album. There's water. All right. Let's see. Yep, so I got some custom model data there. So you'll see what kind of progress we've made so far on Ticket to Ride. So, yeah, these signs. Yeah, oh, yeah, probably because of my render distance. Oh. Let's say chunks. That's normal. Weird. Okay, so this is the map. This is the actual board that everybody's gonna be playing on, and it is map art, by the way. This is holy moly. And fun fact, MC Stacker has one of those like pixel art map thing generators. It's pretty great. I'm gonna stop that there. So what I currently have is this, which will generate all the different cities. So there are 47 different cities, and as you saw, that's 188 commands, because each city requires 4 commands to actually register. And the name is going to be floating right above the city, so none of this kind of hanging off the side kind of nonsense. And as soon as I get the chance, I'm removing these city labels. So not only do we have that, but we also have these lines. So you'll be playing straight on these like pure color kind of lines. We also have things for the locomotives and for the blank colors. So yeah, these were custom made. So as soon as I get the chance to also erase all signs of having these blocks there. I'm immediately going to replace them with this. The problem is, yeah, each one of these things took so much effort. Like, holy smokes, way too much effort. So I'm going to get Python to grab a picture of the map and figure out where the blocks are supposed to be, and then just tell me what the colors are supposed to be. I figured that would be a smart way to move. Also, this purple everywhere. I don't know what MC Stacker was thinking, because apparently ochre frog lights show up as purple, despite being basically white. So, yeah. This is not what the actual map looks like. Yeah, it's definitely a map mistake in that regard. So, you know what? This might be a good chance to just go through and, like, might be a good chance to actually just go through and remove all the city names. Because at this point, they're completely unnecessary. Yeah, let's do that. So that's on this big old map right here. Holy moly. And it looks like most of the white was done using these bone blocks. So, yeah, ochre frog lights. No, pearlescent frog lights. They show up as purple, not white. Go figure. Okay. Let's see if I can think this through. So I think we can just do one of... Okay, you really can't tell the difference in the lights. Like, you really, really can't tell the difference. And I appreciate the detail, but sometimes it's just unnecessary. Let's yoink this map. See what it looks like. Nope, wrong map. That's not the map that actually has the city label. That's the one. Okay. Okay. So the real question is, can you even tell? Okay, so you can definitely tell between the sideways bone blocks and the regular bone blocks. Hold up, really? Oh, too far. Okay, so this is a regular bone block. Shows up as that. And this one's a sideways bone block. They're the same shade. Can you even... Those are all the same shade. What the heck? Okay. So that means that level of detail is completely unnecessary. Fantastic. So you can definitely tell the difference between the quartz. And the wool. As well as this calcite. Let's see. So... let's think through this. I think we can just replace every black stone here with just all of these black blocks with just bone blocks. And it seems like the most sensible thing to do. And if all else fails, we can always just regenerate this. I still have the commands to do that. Going out to here. 68, 56 minus 160. Okay. So here's the question. I'm first going to bone block, replace. Let's first replace all the black stone. And then replace all the deep slate. Deep slate bricks. Those look like blackstone bricks. Nope. Polished blackstone? Okay. What block is this? Cracked polished blackstone bricks. Of course they are. Cracked polished blackstone bricks. As if there's a difference. These are polished deep slate. Cracked deep slate tiles. Cracked deep slate bricks. What's this? Mud. Okay. Let's get rid of the polished deep slate. Wait, it didn't replace all the deep slate. Okay. What if we did hashtag? Nope. Okay. Deep slate coal ore. We have deep slate copper ore. We have... Oh, we have, like, that block. We have reinforced deep slate. We also have basalt. And polished basalt. Okay. What block is this? Polished blackstone bricks. Okay. That should be all of them. What's this? Deep slate tiles. Okay. What kind of deep slate stuff do we have? We have deep slate bricks. We have deep slate, all the different ores, deep slate tiles. Okay. This is chiseled polished blackstone. And also we got chiseled deep slate, I'm sure. Okay, already looking much better. Black wool. These are coal blocks. What's this? Black concrete. I'm happy I removed all the concrete powder. That's mud. Also remove all bedrock. Okay, almost there. This is cracked nether bricks. Do we have any more nether bricks anywhere? No. Okay. What is this? Cobbled deep slate. That's what it is. Okay. Cobbled deep slate. Okay. Now we move on to the more gray blocks. So we have cracked stone bricks. We have warped hyphae for some reason. I think we can just manually replace those. Netherite blocks. Gray concrete. We have gray wool. We also have tough. Alright. And then we also have gray wool. Nope, that's light gray wool. Okay. We also have andesite. We have cobblestone. We have smooth stone. We also have coal ore and stone, as well as all the different types of stone bricks. Because of course we do. Chiseled stone bricks. Alright. It's almost wiped out. All that's left now is to... Okay, so let's get rid of all clay. Oop. Okay, we do have deep slate iron. As well as regular iron ore for some reason. dead brain coil block. It's only one of those blocks. Okay. This is fancy glazed terracotta. Don't care about that. What's this? Cyan terracotta. Cyan terracotta. And then we have, what's this? Clay. Didn't I get rid of clay already? Thought I did. Well, now it is gone. Okay. Left is diorite, as well as polished diorite. And also calcite. I guess let's also replace all birch wood. Okay. Okay, we still got some specks of stuff here, like polished andesite. As well as smooth basalt. Didn't even know that was a thing. And mossy stone bricks for some reason. As well as copper ore. Block. Let's also replace all quartz blocks, quartz bricks, quartz pillars, and chiseled quartz. All right. Okay, can you make out what that name is anymore? Yeah, you still can. Alright. Snow block. White wool. Let's replace all the pearlescent froglights. Okay, now it looks like I put a big ol' smudge around the... Honestly, all these pearlescent froglights need to be replaced with bone blocks anyway. Probably for the best. Yeah, some of the detail things on the map are just entirely unnecessary. Okay. Oh, that was a lot of work to be replacing just one name. Does that actually show up as yellow? Ochre froglight? Okay. Probably also put in because MC Stacker thought that ochre froglight, that froglights were white. Okay. You know what? The pink smudges everywhere kind of annoying me. See, the problem is I can't just go through and wipe out every single froglight, because some of the froglight, like the froglights are all like boundary things. Like they're not. So sometimes it's for the ocean areas, sometimes it's for the, and other times it's for like the land areas. Like these ochre froglights over here, well, actually. What are these? What are these black patches? What's that black patch over there? Oh, the slightly darker patch. What is that? What are these blocks? White terracotta. Okay. I mean, I like that because it's still showing like the rivers and lakes and stuff. But holy smokes, that's a lot of work to clear out just one name. I'm almost tempted to just go through and just Photoshop them out and then have the map thing regenerate that stuff. That's probably a better idea. Okay. Yeah. Let's do that. Europe unmarked. Europe. No cities or lines. As far as I can tell, this is... So, I was unsuccessful in finding any picture of the Europe map for Ticket to Ride that didn't have already the lines and cities on it. So I guess this is our chance to do that. Okay, let's make sure. Nirvana. Okay. There is still sound going. Yes. Okay. Let's see. Let's see how to do this. Yeah, I think we could just go through and whatever this color is, just go. Set it to global mode, maybe set the tolerance a little higher, just so we can get rid of the borders as well. Oh. Yeah, okay, that might not be a good idea. Okay, 20% seems to do an okay job at this. Huh. Okay, that's good. So black is also going to wipe out the cities. Going to wipe out the names. I think that's a good thing. Okay, you can still see it's kind of smudging. Eek. That did not work. Oh, this is interesting. It's almost like a relief map of sorts. Oh, those are borders. Those are country borders. Okay, that's definitely important. Definitely worth keeping. Okay. I can probably erase all the gray stuff here. So obviously we can do that. Oop. We can even bump up the tolerance just a little bit. Properly wipe out all the different line colors. Eek. Uh-oh. Did not mean to do that. See, the problem is you still have the... Okay, but now you still have bridges and stuff. Also, you miss out on all the great detailing. That's one of the cool parts about the Europe map, is, and all the Ticket to Ride maps really, is that the... And look at this. And look at this, you got all this shading, you got all this detail, you got even the, like the... But you even have like, you got like almost terrain map, you got all these terrains in the water, and you lose all that. So somehow we gotta wipe off all the train lines without losing... Do we have to, though? Okay, we should definitely try to erase all the names, because those names get in the way of things. Yeah, we should definitely at least try to do that. And that was a pretty clean removal. Let's see. Nope, on map. I mean, let's see what we can do with this Mad Lisb. We basically have to just replace all the dark blocks with bone blocks. That should be pretty straightforward. In fact, I wonder if it's going to be more straightforward doing things this way. Okay, so I might not have to remove all the different train lines, because they're going to be covered up anyway. But I wonder what would happen if I just took this and then cranked up the brush size a little and just scribbled over it. Ooh. Okay, this is actually one of the few cases where anti-alias rendering is actually useful. So you get that nice fade effect. Okay. There we go. That's pretty good, I think. Okay. Here's something I do want to do. What's up, CJ? We're making Ticket to Ride. Okay, let's see if I can make the map monochrome. Alright, that seems fairly reasonable. What's up with the stars? That's interesting. Okay. This seems pretty reasonable. Hey, nice. Screwdrivers and a mouse connector. Excellent. Oh, but then we lose the country borders. Oh, okay. Okay, so it is a good idea to draw over these, to just draw over these things. Draw over the city names. Petties no longer exists. Yeah, because doing it in the map version is going to be Let's see. We can get rid of M in Amsterdam. We can also get rid of this part. The ocean's going to be a little trickier. Not entirely sure how I'm going to do that. So do one of those. Wipe off München. Okay, but that's very distinctly a different shade. So perhaps we should extract this shade as well. And do one of these. At which point we can then yoink this, turn down the brush size, and draw that bit back in. There we go. It's like I never did anything. Okay, this process is also going to be difficult. So I just gotta be ready for that, I guess. And this is painful. But it is important. It's important to do this. Because yeah, the placement of the city names honestly kind of sucks. That's one, yet again, that's one advantage that the online version, or at least the Minecraft version specifically, is going to have. Because the city names aren't going to be next to the cities like this on a 2D map. They're instead going to look like this. Just hop back over here. So the lines, I'm directly drawing them over with the plain colors like that. And also I'm generating the cities are just going to look like this. So I got the red target looking things from the actual physical board game version, and the names are going to float above the map like this. Which, I don't know, I think this is an improvement. Because then you don't have to do this weird stuff like with Constantinople. You don't have to, well, should be Istanbul. Why they changed it, I can't say. I guess some people just decided it was better that way. But, yeah, this right here, yeah, I definitely prefer this city look. So these lines right here, yeah, there's 101 different train lines. And each of those are going to have multiple segments to them. I would ordinarily have to be aligning every single one manually. I've decided I'm not going to do that. Earlier today I looked into Python and getting Python to check so basically I'm trying to see if Python can figure out what color those rectangles have to be and what rotation they have. That way it'll go oh, you need a purple segment that's rotated like this at this position. And then from there, Python will generate the code that creates these item display things. I figured that was going to be that was the best way to do this that wouldn't completely destroy any semblance of sanity that I originally had, that I may or may not have already had. But yeah, this is the plan. This is what the cities look like. And eventually, yeah, the lines are going to be covered up, and there's not going to be any city names anywhere. Hence why I'm erasing them right now. So, bye Constantinople. It's honestly nobody's business but the Turks. Okay. The ocean ones are going to be slightly trickier to do. Yeah, this is the ultimate example of what CodeBullet calls slagiarism. It's basically, well, it's plagiarism. I did not draw this map, but it's but because you're making a game based on that, it's slagiarism. Okay. I think we can even keep the city markers. Nah, the city markers are kind of ugly as well. Yep. Slay Queen. This is why I have. This is why I painted my nails in the first place. Just to embrace the very masculine urge to put on a skirt and cat ears and go, wow. You know, as you do. And this is actually kind of fun. It's kind of like the, it's almost like power washing. You know, that like incredibly satisfying feeling when you power wash something and like it wipes off whatever was on there. I don't know. Maybe I'm just weird, finding power washing, like basically chores, incredibly satisfying. Okay. Foot of independence? I guess so. I don't know. I just like... it doesn't necessarily have to do with independence. It's just... I don't know. Power washing is just one of those things that's just inherently satisfying. Okay. Do. Okay. So this whole one other reason why I'm doing the what's it called? The Python method. One reason I'm doing that is also because I would like to make other Ticket to Ride maps, not just Europe. And yeah, basically I want to get the basic mechanic. It's kind of like mini golf. I want to get the basic mechanics ready, and then we can expand to more maps. But in order to actually get those other maps, that's one thing about mini golf, is that I basically automated the whole process of generating a hole. All I have to do is come up with an idea. But like positioning of the portals, the positioning of the different cards, those were all done once, and then I had a computer generate my own code generate the rest. I should be careful when I'm saying a computer generated this, because that might be meaning like ChatGPT generated this. That's the other thing. First of all, ChatGPT is not very useful when it comes to Minecraft commands. But second of all, I don't know. I only used ChatGPT once, and that's just for generating several hundred apples to apples codes. I think that is one of the acceptable ways to use AI. But otherwise, like, seriously, pay writers. Like, pay humans to do it. Nope. Shouldn't erase that part. That looks like a river. The interesting part is that, hold up. See, what's interesting is that the what was it called? This map was actually taken from my phone. Like, I have the Ticket to Ride app, and I just took a screenshot of it. Screenshot of the map. ChatGPT for chemistry. Well, okay. I did said it as over all countries. The yeah, ChatGPT. I don't think it was specifically ChatGPT, but it was some other AI that like found a pattern in cancer cells, which took humans several hundred years to figure out. And that kind of application is also really cool, because that's one thing that's like these AI things are really good at, is detecting patterns. Which is why you have things like ChatGPT being rather freakishly successful at language stuff. Because language is fairly predictable. Okay, I should put a caveat on that as well. I did recently start watching. I recently started watching Star Trek Enterprise, which is like it's a Star Trek show, but like takes place before original series, and it is amazing. It is my new favorite Star Trek, like hands down, no question about it. It is that good. It's very much like Stargate, in that like you have the humans just kind of derping around trying to figure out what's going on. Like nobody really has any idea what's going on, and also you can't go anywhere very quickly. So like the fastest they can go is warp 5, and it's a big deal that they can go warp 5, which is like I don't know. I like that. It means they can't just zip around at top speed wherever. And I don't know. I like it. I like it a lot. It's very grounded. Also, they visit a bunch of the places that you see later on in Star Trek. They actually visit those places, like Risa, the vacation planet, or the like in Enterprise they invent the Red Alert. Like it's little things like that like you don't. It's not like it didn't necessarily need explaining, but the way that they explained it here was just so like good. Gotta get that fandom service in. Yup. Well, yeah. See, there's different ways to do fan service. The way Enterprise does it is not like total fan service, because I would not consider myself like a diehard fan. I'm sure if I did, I'd be having much stronger reactions one way or the other about Enterprise. But I just like the fact that like those little details. I'm always about the little details. That's why I like The Expanse so much. It's because like the places felt lived in. Even Solo Star Wars movie, yeah, it's not great, but I don't know. I like the fact that everything was so small scale, and how all the like, I don't know. I like the small scale. I like the fact that the Star Wars world felt like it was lived in, you know? And yes, they had the weirdly emphasis on dice and whatever else, which like nobody really cared about. But I don't know. There's so much more to that. Like the fact that they actually visited the mining colonies, and they visited they went to all those different like places where people actually live and work. I don't know. I like that. Okay. Sochi. There we go. Yep. There we go. Okay. Cool. I didn't erase this city yet. Okay, now we gotta draw the boundaries. I assume that's the shape of the sea. I don't even know what the sea is. Nope, we need this blue. Bluish color. There we go. Good as new. Okay. Now let's erase this city. Oh, that's what these are. And it's the pictures of the people. Does that even show up on this map? Oh, it does. Huh. That's actually really interesting. Like the little people there, like it shows up as kind of a grayscale blob there. But like, and you have to really pay attention in order to see that. That's actually really cool. I like that. I like that in this Minecraft version. It's way more subtle. Okay. Here we go. The coast of Britain. A thing that launched decades of research into fractals. And the reason is because... So, I guess here's a little math lesson for you. Bonus math lesson. So, what I like to research is fractals. So, when people say like the coast of Britain has dimension 1.3 or something like that. First of all, dimension. Why is that not an integer? Like, I mean, squares are 2D, lines are 1D, points are 0D. That's like standard stuff. But what exactly makes something like the coast of Britain not an integer dimension? Well, it all comes down to how much the it's like a measurement of how much the as you scale down or increase the detail, how much does your length / area change? Now, what does that mean? So there's a way of thinking. So let's look at it for a square. Let's just do it here. Open up paintbrush. So here's a square, right? So say it has length 1, so the area is going to be 1. Now, if I doubled the side length of the square while still keeping it a square, I'm going to need 4 of these, right? So in order to double the side length of a square, you need to quadruple the area. And so let's see. The way the equation works is you're doubling the side length, and 2 to the dimension equals how many copies you need. In this case, 4. And so the answer you put up here is 2, hence a square is 2-dimensional. So this is really useful for things like the Sierpinski carpet, which is generated by you take a big square. So here's how you generate the Sierpinski carpet. Yep. Actually, here's a better example. Yoink. Do I have a smaller version? Nope. Okay. This thing right here. I made this a while ago. So this right here is what's known as a Menger sponge. It has dimension log base 3 of 20. Now, why is that? So the way the cube structure works is if you want to go down another level with this, like make the next level up, first of all, it would only make sense to scale up the side length by a factor of 3 because it has 3 of these cubes. And so, but now, so it only makes sense to scale up by a factor of 3. And now, in order to scale up by a factor of 3, you would need 20 of these cubes right here. So you want to make the next size up of this fractal, you gotta use 20 of these things. I only have 1. This thing took a week to make. No joke, each one of these cubes takes an hour. That was an insane project. But yeah, this is 3 to the dimension equals 20, because that's how many copies of these things you need in order to go up to the next level. I should move that over here. Big ugly face doesn't cover it up. So the dimension, so how do you solve this equation? You use a logarithm. The dimension of this thing is log base 3 of 20, which is not an integer, but it makes just as much sense as something that is an integer. Now you do have some interesting cases, such as this guy right here. So this thing right here is it's also a pyramid kind of thing, and the way it works, you can scale up the side length by a factor of 2, and then in order to make the next size up, you need 4 of these. I have made 2 of them. So 2 to the dimension equals 4. The answer is 2, which means this thing, this very much 3-dimensional thing, actually has dimension of 2. And you can actually kind of see why that makes sense, because if you look at it from a particular angle, let's see if I can get it to show you. Yeah, there you go. Check it out. Kind of flattens out. Almost. It's not a very good... That's just because it's not a very good model, and also our brains are too good at depth perception. But yeah, it basically flattens out if you look at it from a particular angle. So this is in fact a 2-dimensional shape. It's kind of interesting. So when they say stuff like the coast of Britain has... When people say things like the coast of Britain has dimension 1.3, I'm pretty sure that's what it is, or the coast of Norway has dimension 1.7, what that's about is basically, like you can measure the size of, you could measure the length of the coast of Britain using like a plane, like depending, like you do surveying with straight lines connecting to different coastal parts, but the thing is, and you're going to get one number. But the thing is, like, the coast is all wrinkly and stuff, like Saruman wrinkly. And so to get a better measurement, you would want to shrink how long those straight parts are that you're surveying with. Eventually you can get down to literally surveying using a ruler and using 1 inch at a time. And as you do that, the it's exactly that. Like if you scale down, if you shrink your ability to measure by a factor of 2, your precision gets better by a certain amount, and that certain amount, so then scale to the power of dimension equals that amount. Hence why the coast of Britain has dimension 1.3. So there you go. By the way, this is also how this is also used in computer graphics. Whenever they model oceans, it's ocean waves have dimension like 2.3 or something like that, because it's all wavy and stuff. So so what's been happening is most of the development towards making like computer graphics, like the way Avatar: Way of Water did ocean stuff, they actually looked at the fractal dimension, and basically they used that fractal dimension to go like, well, ocean waves are supposed to be around 2.2, our waves are around 2.3. That's convincing. That's good enough to look convincing. They also use fractal dimension to look at clouds. Like they'll look at a cloud. Clouds are supposed to have a dimension of like 2.3 or 4 or something like that. And so if they notice a cloud that has fractal dimension like 2.1, you got a problem. usually it's an indication of pollution. So there's some neat stuff going on. Okay, let's get rid of this C. The Constantinople. So there you go. There's your little crash course in some surprisingly useful everyday math, even though it's kind of like you think, why on earth would you care that the coast of Britain has a dimension that's not an integer? But it's quite useful, in fact. That's also how they tell that's how they tell that a shoreline is eroding, because the dimension's going to change, not just the measurement. Okay. Okay, let's yank this color. And yes, I also just casually flexed on how I made I made all these models of fractals. Yes, I am very into fractals. So, yeah, in case you don't know, I am a master's student. I study math, and my master's thesis is all about fractals. So, yeah, I am really into fractals. So the guy who first looked at the who first looked at the coast of Britain as a fractal, his name was Benoit B. Mandelbrot. Yes, I am still in school. Benoit B. Mandelbrot, also famous for things like the Mandelbrot set, which is a famous fractal that is really trippy when you zoom in. Although, as a classic mathematician that I am, I see Mandelbrot as simply a generalization of a much bigger thing. But here's a joke that he actually made about his own name. He basically invented, like, he popularized fractals. But what does the B in Benoit B. Mandelbrot stand for? This is a joke he made about his own name. The B in Benoit B. Mandelbrot stands for Benoit B. Mandelbrot. So, yeah. Honestly, it's fun. It's fun that the guy, like, I don't know, there is actually a TED Talk of that guy. So, yeah. He died in, I think, 2002. But there is a TED Talk of him talking about fractals. It's really kind of cool. Okay, now every time I see the name Pamplona, I keep thinking about the Puss in Boots talking about one of the ways that he died was during the Great Bull Run in Pamplona. Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. Best animated movie ever. Possibly. Certainly the best one this year. Well, okay. Across the Spider-Verse is also pretty big runner-up. I don't know, I guess one reason Across the Spider-Verse didn't immediately come to mind is because the ending was so, like, jarring or disappointing. Like, really, you had to end on a cliffhanger? I don't know. I love that movie. Like, it was fantastic. It's exactly what a Spider-Man, like, I don't know. It really does multiverses right. It's kind of like Everything Everywhere All at Once. Like, They really nailed the multiverses. Problem is the ending. Like, I don't know. It just makes me nervous. Because, like, I don't know, if they set themselves up for, they kind of set themselves up for failure. And at least with Lord of the Rings, they like filmed all 3 movies at once. Oh, you've yet to see Puss in Boots or Spider-Verse? Oh, Puss in Boots. Oh yeah, absolutely 100% worth a watch. Like, seriously, the hype is very, like, the hype is very real with that one. And very justified. You do not have to watch the first movie. I mean, I didn't. I very much enjoyed the, like, technically it's a sequel, but like, the original movie is kind of meh. At least so I've heard. And you absolutely do not have to watch it. Okay, give Roma a nice shave. Okay. And then like crank that up. Been watching a movie almost every night for the past 2 weeks. Nice. Critically acclaimed by 60-year-old man. Yeah. Yeah, that's a bit of a problem. And it's kind of like the Michelin star rating. Right, like the there's a reason basically every Michelin star restaurant ever is either in France or Japan. And it's because, and the only reason there's any in Japan is because most of them are French cuisine. And it's basically all just white people judging the restaurants. Which really sucks, because there's really good restaurants out there. Island a little bit. Goodbye, Marcel. Okay, that border was very... Nah. Marcel, what to do about this place? And obviously you can scrub out to this point. What even is that island? Yeah. Yeah, Civil War films are pretty popular. So you're in a film class and you haven't even done Steven Kubrick. Like, how's... That's just... What kind of dumb class is that anyway? There we go. Cool. That's almost all the names scrubbed out. Yay! Steven Kubrick, he did 2001: A Space Odyssey. as well as The Shining. He also did a bunch of other stuff. I mean, The Shining is one of the few horror movies that I've ever been able to tolerate because it's actually like good. They don't resort to cheap jump scares. Get Out is also pretty good. That's also a pretty good movie. Also doesn't resort to cheap jump scares, which I really appreciate. And seriously, jump scares in a movie is like having jump scares in a horror movie is like having a comedian who goes through and tickles everybody in the audience and then goes, "See, you're laughing, therefore I'm funny." Like it's just dumb. Okay. Let's see. Anything? Nope. We still gotta wipe off the stuff in Stockholm.
I just want to go back.
Stanley Kubrick. Okay. Yeah, close enough. And that tells you exactly how educated I am in those matters. Like, okay, last night my friend and I watched Mission Impossible, Ghost Protocol, and also Rogue Nation. Those are also some pretty good movies. I liked it. Whew, okay, and that is the Europe map with no city labels. Wow. Neat. Okay. Stanley Kubrick and Steven Spielberg. Okay, there it is. I was gonna ask about Stanley Spielberg. Too many S names. There's way too many S names, just in general. Like, seriously. And especially ST names. Like, jeez, like, add some W's. Oh wait, Poland already does that. Haha. Okay. Poland and Sweden and places like that. Oh yeah. Come on. Yeah. Who's Come On? I don't know who Come On is. Funny you should mention Greta Gerwig. Have you seen Barbenheimer? Or at least seen one part of the Barbenheimer? I've only seen the Barbie part of Barbenheimer. I haven't actually watched Oppenheimer. Holy smokes! You gotta watch Barbie. At least watch Barbie. And okay, to be fair, Oppenheimer, it's a really good palate cleanser, and good like with all its super cartoonish and unrealistic physics. Like it's really good like as a relaxer before you get into the real social commentary that is Barbie. Yep. And honestly, the best part of Oppenheimer is when the main guy said it's Oppentime and then did the Oppenheimer style. It was a totally fun. It was a fantastic third act twist that you would never see coming. Okay. Let's see. I guess let's, well, now that we have all the city labels removed, I'm gonna import this back in and basically regenerate the map. Should be fun. This time we move pearlescent frog lights. Okay. When regenerating map. No gravity. No glass. No frog lights. Yeah, because MC Stacker has no idea how frog lights work. Okay. I wonder what blocks did they actually use for the yellow? Kind of curious. So, with the orange, they used honeycomb and orange wool. Very nice. Kind of smattering of that. With yellow, they used yellow wool and gold blocks. A little bit of gold blocks. For the gray, they used smooth stone, like the smooth stone and clay. Excellent. Interesting tunnel tracks there. Looks like for the red, they used redstone blocks and red netherwood blocks. I retextured the redstone blocks because that's the other teleporter for the board game hub. Let's see. Pink looks. Let's get an actual pink. Let's see. Ooh, green. Lime glazed terracotta, lime wool, and melons. Interesting choice. This one's got blue concrete. Excellent. Oh, the black has the most variation. It's got black wool and coal blocks and all sorts of stuff. That's interesting. Including nether bricks. Okay. Okay, so pink uses pink glazed terracotta and a little bit of pink wool, as well as cherry wood. Nice. That's cool. Oh, and in case you're wondering, this map does actually run off the generated terrain, and so yeah, the dimension only has a little area of sandstone that's actually generated. The rest of it is void. Void for days. Yeah, here's Pamplona. The tunnel tracks going to Madrid and Lisboa. Okay, so here's the thing. Umlauts. Zurich has the double dots over the U, so does München. But the thing is, the E in Copenhagen is supposed to have it, and also ticket to generate cities. Also, Copenhagen's supposed to have the slash to the O, which it doesn't have that in the mobile version for some reason. Why? Who knows. Also, Athena is supposed to have the slash above, have the apostrophe over the I, which again the mobile version doesn't have for some reason. But it is in the actual board game version. Oh, and also Cadiz is supposed to have the slash over the I, over the A. So yeah. There's some interesting stuff going on here. Okay. Right. What to do? I guess let's invent the depth first search. Actually verify that the tickets are done properly. Yeah, that's a good way to do it. That's interesting. Okay. Cool. Let's do depth first search. So, the way that I've done things so far is every city has a different ID, and every different train line has a different ID. So that way I can keep track of which edge you're trying to place stuff onto. Now, the way the IDs work is the edge ID, it has the first two digits be the city number 1, second two digits are city number 2, and then the last digit is like which path. in that way I can have doubles here, like this is path 1, this is path 2, or the other way around. So figured that was the best way to do that. And well, what I have here is this file, which is Edge database. Basically, every single line across the entire game, like this one goes from city 41 to 44, and it is line number 1 that does that. So, and I write down that it has line length 2 and color blank, and with no required locomotives. Whereas here I can have like length 4, blank color with 1 required locomotive. So you got all sorts of stuff like that. And it's always going to be like smallest number followed by biggest number. So here's the idea. The tickets are also going to have so here's the way the tickets are going to be done. Here's a lot of different textures also. So these are the cards that you're going to be playing. This is the one for locomotive. We could make it all rainbow stripes. But here's all the other special colors. Here's all the different train lines. Tunnels are just going to be placed directly onto the track. I'll figure tunnels out later. Then this is what the ticket looks like. So it's going to be brown, and it's going to be, everybody's going to see that it's a ticket. And on the lower, it's going to say this one goes from Milan to St. Petersburg. I just made that up. And it'll also tell you what the points are. I think I'll just have a ticket database for how many points each ticket is worth. And also each ticket item is going to have like which city ID it goes between. In fact, I'm going to write that down. Ticket item has city IDs as tags with a database to give points. So, yeah, so this is one. So this is a downgrade from the mobile version. The mobile version, if you show like highlight a ticket, it'll actually like highlight which cities you're supposed to go to. But I figured, I mean, you can read a map, so yeah, whatever. We don't randomize cards, but you have a quantity that can be used up. You don't randomize cards, but you have a quantity that can be used up. Can you give an example of that? I mean, I have like the draw pile, which just literally grabs those cards and like it just moves them up the stack. But I don't think that's what you're thinking about. Okay. So first things first, we're trying to invent the depth first search. So first off, what the heck is a depth first search? Let's see if I can show it to you. So, Geeks for Geeks. It's a pretty fantastic website. Discovered it in my CS class that I was taking in college. Depth first search. So, here's what it looks like. Basically, you have a setup like this, where so instead of having 5 cards that can be random, like pink, black, etc., you have 5 different cards, and if you take a black card, you now have 4. If you claim them out that card, the black card is used. Okay, I think I know what you're thinking about. Here's the thing, another limitation of this. The cards are not going to stack. You're not just going to see like, oh, I have 3 black cards in a single stack. Unfortunately, I can't do that. This is a similar issue I ran into with Uno, because you do have repeated numbers there. This is just an unfortunate thing, because I have to use like carrots on sticks or warped fungus on a stick in order to detect that you did a right click, or at least that you did a right click with a particular item. and yeah, which causes problems because warped fungus on sticks and carrots on sticks don't stack, which is unfortunate. So unfortunately, no, the train cards are not going to stack together. But anyway, here's how this works. So you start in a particular place, like this one node, and then you basically go down every possible path, and like you go down every possible like branch off, at which point, and from each of those cities that you get to from those different rail lines, you then start from those cities, go across each of their possibilities, and at that point the only real problem is figuring out which cities you visited. So the idea I had to do that, I wrote down some ideas on how I'm going to do this graph algorithm. So step 1, start at city 1 on the ticket, which is determined by the ID. If the city's already visited, then just stop. Or mark the city as visited, and I'm going to be using armor stands with city scores and basically treat it like a stack thing. So it's basically going to be like a draw card, except it's going to be with a bunch of different scoreboards. Then if this city is city 2 on the ticket, then yay, you succeeded. Tag the player successful. Otherwise, find all the nearby lines that the player used. So look at all the possible branches that the player actually used, like placed their trains on, and then extract their edge IDs. The IDs of those lines will tell you that they're connected to the next city. So from there, go from that city, repeat all those steps again in a recursive way. So yeah, this is how we're going to do that. I'm going to see if I can... That probably made 0 sense whatsoever, but we're going to do this anyway. So first up, we need to make a stack of armor stands, like a big pile of armor stands. So to do that, we're going to go into Eclipse. Because here's the thing, I use both Java and Python because Java is really good at files. It's really good at making files easy to write to, and not so much read from, but certainly write files, like create files is really, really easy to do with Java. Not so much with Python. Meanwhile, Python is good at basically everything else. So let's see. This is going to be a stack. Let's see. And then this is going to have a summon. So we need a way to summon all those armor stands. And then, well, at that point, we basically just treat it like a stack. So in case you don't know what a stack is, it's a data structure where basically you can only access the top thing. And basically, anytime you want to add something to there, you basically push everything forward and add it on. You want to remove something, you can only remove it from the top. So, I don't know. I figured that'd be the best option here. All right, go into source, Minecraft card games. Let's copy spoons. That's the one where all the stacks were first created. Boards. Ticket to ride. Alright. Popping into here. Obviously we don't care about that. Register, deregister, we'll just do that later. I really don't care about that either. Okay, what's this? Yeah, push and pop. Those are the technical names for all that stuff. Okay, so I think we're just gonna copy the stuff from here. Okay. So we definitely need to be able to push. And we also need to be able to pop. Do we? need to pop? No, we only need to push. Okay. And we don't need any of these, and we don't need any of this, and remove that. Okay. So now we do. So we're trying to push things to the draw pile. Draw pile. Okay. So that means push to the stack. So there's 47 cities. So we need a maximum of 48. And then this will be output.println. Okay, so this is ticket to ride, z tickets, stack, z tickets, in fact I'll just have it dash push like that. We'll make a folder here called stack, and that'll just move all that stuff. Except here we're not doing item replace, we're doing scoreboard. Scoreboard players operation at E. Predicate equals ticket to ride in dimension. Tag equals city stack 1 equals at S. This will be city ID equals at S city ID. Okay. And then we don't need to clear anything else. Clean anything out. So let's see. So while we're at it, we okay. No! Eclipse! No! Okay. Thank you. Okay. So while we're at it, we also want to create a file here with gotta do a catch exception, just in case for whatever reason the file doesn't exist. And I'm not sure why you would ever have a problem of the file not existing when you're the one creating the file, but okay, sure, why not? This will be card 2 plus card plus 1. And then in here is where we do actually we don't need all those extra functions because we're not transferring items, we're transferring scoreboards. Oh, that makes things significantly easier. Don't mind if I do. Okay. Scoreboard players operation at E. Predicate equals ticket to ride in dimension. Tag equals. So this will be city stack card. City ID equals. So transferring it to card plus 1. So that's gonna do it like this. Equals that. Limit equals 1. Of course, we gotta have a limit equals 1. Even though there's only ever gonna be one of these. Still gotta do it. And then kablam. There we go. Okay. And then transfers that. Perfect. Brilliant. Okay. Cool. Eek. Ah. Pushing all the right buttons. Okay. And then file 2 is going to be all the summon. This is file 2. output 2 equals new file 2. And then while we're at it, we might as well summon those different stands. Okay. Do we have anything to summon these things? Indeed we do. Okay. See, this isn't plagiarism because, well, I'm stealing from myself, so don't really count. Okay, so we don't need this. Okay, paste that into here. This will be city stack that. Cities visited. Okay. And then we'll just summon at the location 255.0.255.0 in the dimension board games ticket to ride. Okay. We don't care about a pose. Yep, all the others are important. Okay. Cool. So now that we have the stack operations, yep, we got push and we have summon. Why is this city stack 48, 49? That's weird. Okay. Excellent. This does the summon. Okay. So it's basically going to only execute once when it comes time to verifying the ticket. Okay. So we're going to do stack. And now for the actual algorithm. So start the check. So let's see. So the first thing that we gotta do is execute as predicate equals ticket to ride in Cheyenne tag equals city. I'm pretty sure I labeled them as cities. Any city which has if score at s city ID matches the city ID of city number 1 from the ticket. So I'm gonna have a ticket reader. Ticket reader 1, that's city ID. So basically, whichever city is supposed to be doing that, we then run the function ticket to ride z tickets / stack / push. That's going to say, so whichever is city number 1 in your ticket, it's going to go, hey, which of these cities has that ID? You do. Okay. Executing as that thing. Now we get the push function here, which basically says, basically initializes the stack and says like, yo, you, here's your city. Here's city number 1 that we've already visited. Okay, so we're gonna do a, we should also run the function ticket to ride z ticket / stack / summon And then at the end of this whole process, we kill at E. Predicate equals ticket to ride in dimension. Tag equals cities visited. Ticket to 1. Okay. And I'm going to make a note in here of read ticket. And this is going to be the thing of, so we're going to summon 2 armor stands tagged ticket reader 1 and ticket reader 2. We're going to have the largest city ID, and then give them scoreboards matching that city ID, both tagged ticket readers. Okay, that's our to-do. To-do, 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 to-do-do-do. Okay, so we push it, and then executing as that city once again, we run the function take it to ride z tickets depth first search. Okay, and this is where we do the depth first search.mc function. Okay, so now let's see. Can you hear that in the background? That has to be really loud. Your roommate is mixing something. Okay, so that reads the ticket. Okay, good. Somebody's using a blender or something. Good thing I got music. Okay. Do that. So I register it. Okay, so let's do this. Execute unless entity add e predicate equals take it to ride in dimension. Okay, unless score tag equals Does this actually work for multiple entities? Tag equals cities visited city ID equals @s city ID. Is this a command that'll actually work? Oof. Okay. So you have to check 1 against 1. Crap. Kind of to be expected. Okay, so how do we do this then? what if we did a destructive approach? We set the ticket reader 1 score to be the city that we're at. Because, yeah, if we need to re-extract it, we can just read the ticket again. So scoreboard players, operation at E. Anything that's ticket reader 1. Limit equals 1. City ID equals at S. City ID. Executes as the city that we are at. Okay, so we do that. Oh, but then... Does that actually work? So this is one of those cases where I wish there was a way to input 2 entities at once, because you can only do execute as one entity at a time, or one type of entity at a time, which really sucks for cases like this score kind of stuff. Yeah, so I guess it'd be executing as at E predicate equals ticket to ride intervention, tag equals cities visited, unless score at S equals oh, that's dangerous. That's gonna push 1 billion times. Okay, so never mind. Really no way to do that? Do a mass check of scoreboards? Is there really no way to do that? Like check and see, do any of these entities have that scoreboard? I'm gonna write that down as a question for the Minecraft Commands Discord. Okay. Is there a way to execute something if any mob with a particular tag has a scoreboard, has a score, but done like execute if score? I don't want to be checking for every possible score manually. Just looking for a way to get behavior of execute if entity, but for a variable score. Mitigate behavior of / execute if entity, but for a variable score. Is this possible? Yeah, that's I'm going to ask that question once the stream ends. The Minecraft commands Discord. Actually, you know what? This is kind of critical to making the whole thing work, so let's just ask him now. I'll probably I might get a response pretty quickly. I'm sure there's a way to do it. I'm just blanking on how. Because the problem is execute if score only allows you to check one entity at a time, which really sucks. It only allows you to check one v1, 1 versus 1. Okay, so not a good idea. Okay. Oh, that was the Foxhouse Corner that just pinged. Okay. Foxhouse Corner, by far the most wholesome Discord server I have ever seen. Like, it is... I think it's great. Okay. Making a new post asking for help on the Minecraft commands Discord server. Alright. Badam. And this is going to be commands. This is a commands question. This is a command blocks question. This is a data packs question. Yeah. Post. Let's see what we get. Probably a really dumb question, but we're gonna ask anyway, because I can't think of how to do that. Okay. So, if haven't visited yet, add city to the stack. So, that's step 1. If you haven't visited yet, add it to the stack. And then cool. All right. So then here, graph algorithm. Start with city 1. Well, in step 2, if it's already visited, like the ID is already present in the stack of armor stands, then don't bother. That's basically saying, it's basically doing this. So if we've already visited, run return 0. Just don't even bother at that point. Otherwise return, that way we don't accidentally double back. So we then mark this city as visited, That's what the push does. Then, if the city is city 2 on the ticket, then we tag the player as being successful. So if score at S, city ID equals at E, ticket to ride in Dimension, tag equals ticket rater 2. Okay, what did we call the ticket rater 2? Okay. So we got ticket rater 2. If that city ID matches the one from ticket rater 2, then we tag the player as successful. In Dimension, tag equals your turn, add success. And then we can just, at that point, we can just stop. Okay. It'll keep going with the depth first search, but honestly, it just doesn't matter. Actually, we may be able to avoid that. Execute if there's an entity out there. Ticket to ride in dimension, tag equals your turn. If they are also tagged as being success, then we just stop. I really love this return command. Like it really lets you break up the flow and actually just not even continue on if a condition is met or not. Like that isn't like legitimate if statements. Go figure. It's actual thing. What is bro coding? I am programming ticket to ride. So here's the board. I got all the cities. I'll be putting in the rail lines later. But what I'm currently doing is inventing the depth first search. What's the depth first search? This. So you start on one city and basically go along every possible path that you can and try to figure out, can you get to the other city? So yeah, that's what I'm doing. Hope that answers your question. It's probably made it more confusing. Okay, so if you're successful, don't bother. If you haven't visited this city yet, then add that city to the stack. Otherwise, don't bother. Okay, and now comes the big part. The part where we gotta extract every edge that's connected to this city. How to do that? Okay. So let's think this through. Based on this city, okay, let's actually do a generate lines. The lines that we currently have. So I want to execute as the closest city. Tab equals city, limit equals 1. Sort equals nearest. Run. Say hi. London says hi. Perfect. Okay, so we got London. Now execute at S. Tell me if there is an entity within a distance of 0.2. 0.5? Okay. Cool. Okay, so 0.5 seems to be the big decider. Actually, here's an idea. TP at me to teleport me to Paris. And then, so I'm at the coordinates minus 5.09. Okay, so at minus 5.09, minus 17.1. So what's the closest that we can get to, nope, too fast. Okay. What's the closest line here? Still looking straight down. Oh, but we're actually looking at distance to the closest middle of the track, so we want more of this thing here, this kind of position. Maybe a little bit further. Okay. Minus 5.73, minus 17.2. Okay. How to do this? Because if we do a proximity thing, we run into the same problem as dominoes. That was the biggest issue with dominoes, is that I don't have a way to keep track of endpoints. I'm exclusively determining that based on proximity. And the problem with proximity is if you have two ends that are too close to each other, it's going to get confused. Or it's going to join to the wrong end. This is why dominoes is so buggy. Ah yes, card games. Yeah, this is totally a card game. Well, I mean, it has cards in it. Ticket to Ride does have cards in it. Yeah, here's the board. And here's the map art. So, yeah. Okay. So the thing is, proximity causes such problems, but also this is Ticket to Ride, so it's not nearly as much of a problem, question mark? Because all the cities are actually spaced out. Alright. Good night. Good night, Snowy. I mean, the cities are fairly spaced out. So, I don't know. I don't know what to do here. Do we do proximity? Like, check for every possible edge that's nearby? Oh, chess is going great. It's, en passant is incredibly frustrating. Can't figure out how to do it. Same with castling. Just can't figure it out. Or check. I'm thinking with check, I'm just gonna let the player decide when they're in check. Like, it's up to you to tell, hey, look if you're in check. I'm considering doing that, but I don't know. Or maybe have the other player tell you when you're in check. But then how do you, I don't know. Because that, when you're in check, your moves are limited. Your moves are limited anyway, because if you move in a way that opens you up to check, then that's not allowed. I don't know. I don't know what to do with that. Anyway, Ticket to Ride. Do we do proximity, or do we try to do it the better way? The better way would be to what would be the better way? Right. You also have a problem with where it might be too difficult to know if they're in check. Especially with things like tourist. When you're playing on a tourist, you're gonna there's a lot of ways to be accidentally in check. How to do this? The other question is, do I even have a choice? What game are you making? Ticket to Ride. It's a board game. Okay. Darling. Okay, CJ, every time you spell darling like that, I keep thinking of Edna Bode from Incredibles. I don't know. That was Monopoly. Nope. If I'm gonna make Monopoly, it's gonna be Monopoly 2. The version by Oates Jenkins. I'll post a link in the Discord. You cannot use the target selector for a fake name. Uh-huh. Okay. I have a collection of scores for city ID. Trying to do basically execute if score city ID equals at s city ID. Execute if score requires I could do execute if entity and e scores equals okay, so it looks like I'm going to need to introduce an intermediate. Okay, but wouldn't the @s be targeting the same entity? Okay. I think we can do it this way. Okay, so we do scoreboard players operation. Temp city ID equals @s city ID. And then we do execute as @e. It equals ticket to ride. In dimension, tag equals cities visited. If score @s equals our temp city ID. Okay. So if the city ID matches, like if the city ID already exists, then return 0. Oh, otherwise we can just assume that it's not visited. Okay, that actually clears this up quite a bit. Alright. Right, I just had to think a little bit. Okay. Okay, writing as resolved. Oh, you have floating point position issues. Pawn. Oh. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, but the scores are just integers, so shouldn't you not have those problems? Okay. So if the city has been visited yet, then return 0. Like ignore and like escape. Otherwise, push it to the stack. Okay. Okay. And so we do a push. Now, if it matches ticket rate of 2, then you're successful. And then we ignore. Okay. So now we need to, right, so this is the point where we need to figure out, we need to somehow figure out which edges have the ability to be looked at like that. So let's see. Execute if So let's say I don't want to do the proximity version. I want to actually go through and look at which cities have that, which edges actually go to that city, which would be the smarter way to do it. What I'm curious about is whether or not that's going to be possible. So let's see. Let's see. Scoreboard objectives, add city 1, city 2. And so, what am I doing? Okay, this is going to be the extraction. Okay. Okay, so we're going to do execute as at E. That equals line. I'm going to do scoreboard players operation. Extract city 1. At S extract city 1 equals at S city, no, line ID. Okay, people, I managed to accidentally start a flame war about floating point position. Whoops. Okay. Equals at S, okay, so. And then we do, okay, so we gotta do, so first things first, we set that multiplier to 10. Because we don't care about repeats at this point. We're just looking at what cities connect to what. So this is where we do operation at S, extract city 1, divide equal our temp multiplier. And then we also do the same thing for extract city 2. And then here's the brilliance of using this particular way of IDs. We can do a scoreboard player set temp multiplier to 100, and then I learned this when I was doing when I was working on mini golf. So to extract the first city, which is going to be the first 2 digits, that's the top number there, divide by 100 to like lop off the last 2 digits. And then if we want to extract city number 2, that's going to be which is always going to be the bigger number. We do a percent equals modular arithmetic. We basically divide by 100, but instead of just dividing, we take the remainder. Okay, so now we have city 1 and city 2 extracted from the edges. So using that, what do we want to do with that information? Okay, we don't want to remove these here. Multiplier. Excuse me. And then so now execute as every ticket to ride in dimension tag equals line. So if score at S extract city 1 equals okay, so we want to do either or. So that means we want to do unless it's not. How do we do not equal? Let's get if score at S city ID. Are you kidding me? There's no way to do. Are you serious? There's no way to do not equal to. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. How do you do? Is there a way to do execute if score at S score not equal to at S score? I'm trying to do I'm trying to use De Morgan's law. Is there a way to do slash execute if score not equal to score? Let's ask the Discord. And before they say, just use execute unless score. Well, duh. I'm trying to use frickin' De Morgan's law. You, you idiot. Yeah, no idea. Yep. Promotion's gonna be fairly straightforward. Yeah, that's the problem. Use unless score equals. Yeah, duh. That's the problem. I'm trying to use the Morgan's law. You know, trying to be smart, all mathy and stuff. I need the negation of equals. How do you negate equals? What? Oh. Ah, yeah. I'm dumb. Okay. Never mind. That is exactly how it's supposed to go. Okay. Okay, so what was I trying to do? Oh, I was trying to figure out so look at all the cities that, well, all the edges that have either city, that have that city as either city 1 or city 2 in its ID. Yep. Because it'd be much easier if you had a not equal to. You know? Ah, yeah, draws. That's gonna be tough. Okay. Cool. Alright, so let's see. As each line, so I want to see, does extract city 1 match with this city? Okay, so it looks like we also need to do scoreboard objectives, add temp, dummy, scoreboard players, set temp to 0, and then unless score extract city 1, unless score at S extract city 2 equals this city ID. And then players set our temp to 1, at which point we do execute if temp matches 0. It's basically the negation of that. Oh, okay. Much doing an OR in the most complicated way possible, but okay. Want the opponent to code me. Yup. Good night, Snowy. Okay. So. Tracer. Nice. Okay. Okay, so if but doing that for each one. Okay, make it equals. Hey, that's nice. Okay, so this will be defined edges. Here we go. So all of this stuff. Okay. City 2. Such a temp, and then if square temp matches 0. So if that means if basically if you have element edge. Okay. Line, run function, ticket to ride, z tickets / find edges. Find all the relevant edges. Goes to city in question. Okay, that's all the relevant edges. Okay, if we're going to be doing recursion, see, the funny part about recursion is if you're gonna do it, you gotta basically you basically got to do everything before you actually hit you got to do all the resetting before you actually run the commands that require the resetting. Does that make sense? It probably doesn't, but it's kind of weird. dimension tag equals line. Remove relevant edge. Okay. Find all the relevant edges, as in going to the city in question. From there, as every relevant edge, tag equals relevant edge. So now using the relevant edges, we want to extract what city we want to be going to next. So you know it would be good to do? Once we extract the cities, always put extract city 1 before extract city 2. Yeah. Okay, so what that means is if entity, okay, if the city ID equals okay, so this is where we're gonna do this. Okay, so we're gonna do for each line we can do this at the same time as we can actually do that at the same time as we do finding what edges are relevant. Yeah, I think that'll be a smart idea. Okay. Cool. And then, so let's see. And then we don't have to do any of this stupid stuff here. Because then we can just do extract city 1 matches city ID, run tag at S. Haha. Okay, so now that just means we got to do a swap. So let's see. If the okay, so we're tagging this as every line, but we can keep track of what the city is that we're currently at. So if score at S, extract city 2 matches our temp city ID, then we run the function, then we gotta do a swap. And the way the swap is gonna work, I think we can just use our temp. Operation, our temp extract city 2 equals at S, extract city 2. Now whatever we do, we gotta make sure we don't override anything. That's gonna be harder. That's gonna be hard to do. Let's make a function. Swap cities.mc function. Okay, so this will be scoreboard players operation. Our temp equals at s. Extract city 1. Extract city 2. And then scoreboard players operation at s. Extract city 1. Extract city 2 equals at s extract city 1. And then scoreboard players operation extract city 1 equals temp extract city 2. And then scoreboard players reset temp temp extract city 2. Okay. So that's going to be a swap cities. So we're going to run function ticket to ride, z tickets, swap cities. Yep. Okay. And then we check, oh, is your city ID extract city 1 matching the city ID that we expect? Then you have relevant edge. Okay. Yep, that does basically that. Okay. So then it also finds all the relevant edges. So, as each relevant edge, what we're then going to do is we want to execute as all the cities labeled city 2. Ugh, how do we do that? Okay. So we found all the relevant edges that point to the city that we're at. So from there, remove multiplier. That's only a temporary thing. Yep. Okay. So we, as every relevant edge, okay, so we should also do a scoreboard players reset temp city ID. Do some cleanup. Okay. As each relevant edge, we then do what? Well, we want to basically go to the next city. But how do we do that? Oh, we do it like this. So we do scoreboard players operation temp extract city2 equals at s extract city2. Oh, that's totally not gonna work. So this is another ID matching thing. We gotta basically match IDs with the city. I'll be back. Back quick. Ah, the music ended. It always happens. Every time. I think my alarm's about to go off. Okay, can we figure this out before then? So going to the city named extract city2. Yeah, that's the one I'm going. Problem is there could be multiple relevant edges. And the question is how to do that, how to deal with that. How do I do that? And herein lies the problem that there are multiple city 2s. So what do I do? So that's the relevant edges. Ooh, what if instead of extracting the relevant edges, we just straight up erased anything that wasn't relevant? Reset at S. So we reset extract city 2, which should make it completely irrelevant. Or if we want to be, we just set it to -1. There is no city -1. So, based on that, okay. Tag equals line with scores extract city 2 being 0 or bigger. We run gotta actually match. Now we gotta match IDs. So we gotta do I can't even temporarily tag the relevant cities because they're still going to be labeled as relevant when we go back to the recursions process. So execute as at E in dimension tag equals city if score city ID I guess you kind of have to do that, don't you? Okay. What we really need to do is make a recursive step. Okay, I have an idea. I have an idea on how to do this. We're not ending the stream just yet until we actually implement this idea. Problem is I won't be able to test it, but whatever. Scoreboard players are temp extract city ID equals at S extract city 2 equals our temp city ID. We run the function ticket to ride z tickets / depth first search. Okay. Cool. Function ticket to ride, z tickets, recursive step. There we go. Okay. I have no idea if that would actually work. But you know what? It's worth a shot. And also, I don't know. I think it's pretty good. I think this will be I think this will be good. Okay. We will have to test that when it comes time to check the tickets. This may in fact totally not work. But you know what? The real game, the real ticket to ride, is the friends we made along the way. I hope y'all have a fantastic night. And with that, we're ending. And I should set my spawn points. Alright. And we do a bit of a, whoops, oh crap. Did not mean to do that, whoops. And let's hop into survival. And we go. Here we go. I'll see you next time. Bye.